A new location? What's that?
The upper land costs a lot. I can get you to the Great Forest, but that's it. Just pop yourself.
Get you to the Great Forest.
Okay.
Last time he used that technique, he destroyed a whole kitchen.
Forgot about that line.
Can't wait until I, go through and strip that one for quotes.
I mean, it's almost all of the videos.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least the first two.
I'm gonna
The third
predict.
one I didn't really care.
I'm gonna predict that between the 3 videos together, there's gonna be, at least 50 or 60 quotes. Because here's the thing: is I think it's 3 videos and they're each like 5 to 12 minutes long, something like that. They're probably more of them are longer.
Not laughing.
I think they vary. The other day I went through how to sell video games to things that aren't men for quotes, and there were 35 in like an 8 or 9 minute video.
Christ.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
So is this the
You left without saying a word. Guess now's as good a time as any to branch out.
what did you call this? The Forest of Seasons?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Does it
it's
change
VA3.
seasons?
I was waiting for that one because I'm like, oh no, I have to claim that it's ripping off BA3, even though that's ripping off Banjo. And this came out before Banjo anyway. I have found a looping video of 2 Hadoos sitting in a water fountain.
Yay. That is what all good videos should be. Cool.
I wonder what Riddler Coup is up to these days.
I don't know. I'm torn. Like, if I've considered the question, if for Gen 10 I had to choose between no leaks versus the fucking annoying cryptic clue finder bullshit that Coup put everyone through last time, I kind of don't know what I would pick. Like, evidently some people had fun with it, and, I never bothered to, like, try to resolve the clues or whatever.
Yeah, I never looked at the clues. I only looked at, what people had determined from them.
And so, from my experience, I guess, information is information. I like when stuff gets leaked. I think it's fun. But...
Clearly, I have to keep up my trend for the last few generations of not spoiling the even-numbered ones.
I did wonder if you would continue that, because it was just like changing circumstances that caused those, right?
Right.
But I suspect that
No.
Gen 10 is going to be pretty
Oh
similar
my
to
God.
Gen 9 in terms of, like, part of the reason.
Going on?
I am trying to
assume-
buy shit from this thing and it keeps like... Ugh. It's fine. Or everything's okay now.
I was gonna say, I assume that part of the reason you spoiled yourself on Gen 9 stuff is just because I was and you wanted to talk to me about it.
No. I just kind of did anyway.
Okay. Because I'm gonna spoil myself on Gen 10, because I always do, and I always enjoy the leak season. Like, that's one of my favorite parts of Pokemon, is seeing, just checking back every few hours. It's like, oh shit, there's a new thing. Like, what the hell is that,
The thing is, if it continues the pattern of the even-numbered gens being a lot more reserved and, like, less interesting, I might as well spoil it. Because there's less to I look forward to.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is a pattern. I see no reason to assume it will continue to hold, especially because I always feel that that was tied to the, like, console, because, Gen 2, even though it was Game Boy Color, like, the Game Boy Color is basically still just Game Boy. It's just more colors and stuff. I feel like, Ruby and Sapphire probably brought in something of a new audience. It was a good few years removed from the originals and on a new console. And then you could argue the same thing happened with, I I don't know. I guess that's because the thing people usually say is Gen 4, Gen 6, and Gen 8 were the first on a new console, and so they were more reserved because they were trying to, like... I guess the pattern only established itself by then. But yeah, people usually say those ones because they were the first on the new console. They wanted to be safe, like play it safe and be like, you know, get this new console for Pokemon. You know what you're getting into. It's more of this. And then the second game on the console is the one where they kind of experiment a bit more. Gen 5, Gen 7, Gen 9. But presumably Gen 10 is going to be on...
Hello,
it's hard.
large caterpillar.
It's hard to say. I think people are probably assuming that... Because, like, Zlanda is coming out next year, but I think... I assume it's going to be a Legend situation where it releases in January and then the new gen drops the same year. I don't want them to do that because I want them to spend more time on it. But being realistic, they're going to keep their pattern. They're going to do a new generation next year, probably.
I don't want to necessarily keep this conversation going too long. I guess there's not much going on in game at the moment anyway.
But yeah,
I don't know. I feel like people were very surprised that we didn't get any news on a game in the like tournament that happened a few days ago or whatever, and I'm seeing a lot of people basically assume that that means that they are actually kind of letting some time pass between releases for once.
Why? I don't understand. Why would that be the case?
Well, because if they had, you know, news to share, they probably would have done it then.
I don't think they would. They don't usually.
Oh my god, can things stop attacking me?
Oh, do you mean for Legends?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like, oh, they haven't announced Gen 10 yet, so that's not coming out for like a long while.
I mean,
like, that doesn't make any sense. They usually announce that the same year, so...
I'm still kind of expecting to get Legends next year, and then the next game won't be until another year after that.
I would like for that to be the case. I don't think it's going to be the case. I remember I had that exact same thought with Gen 9. I remember they had the DP remakes coming out late 2021, and then Legend Arceus in January 2022. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they released a couple games now, you know, and then they're going to take their time and release, you know, Gen 9 a little bit later than usual. February rolls around, Pokemon Day. What's this new game they're announcing? Oh, it's just Gen 9. They're doing this already. It feels like we've barely started Gen 8, but they're already doing Gen 9. And so that was the day when I gave up any semblance of hope or notion that they might ever take more time.
Didn't they actually go on record saying that they were like gonna be dialing it back? Because, like, I remember that being a big deal where
I remember
people were
hearing
like,
that too.
Game Freak needs to do this, and they actually were like, you know, we've taken your criticisms to heart, and people were like, oh shit, they actually listened.
I have no memory of this. I don't think this happened. What I do remember is them saying, we're hiring a bunch of new people, and people
that was
like,
very
oh, shit, maybe
recent.
this will
I'm
come.
talking about like this was quite a while ago.
Okay, I mean, maybe I just never heard the news somehow. I feel like I would have if you two both heard it, like, but I don't know.
Oh my god. Why are there so many fucking fish?
Okay, it was very vague. It was from a year ago. It says, yeah, almost exactly a year ago, August 14th last year. They have had internal conversations about maintaining game quality amidst its constant release schedule. I don't think it was ever actually said what the conversations entailed, but they, you know, said something about the fact, like, oh yeah, we're talking about it. So, I don't know.
Okay, I am vaguely remembering this, and I think my response back then was the same, where I'm like, I see no reason to believe that this means they'll slow down. I assume this just means they're gonna... Well, hey, maybe this recent hiring spree is their solution to that. That seems like a reasonable assumption, or I mean, obviously, assuming is always going to be kind of jumping to conclusions, but that seems more likely to me than that they'll slow down. They have their production pipeline for like a reason, which again I disagree with it, but I don't see them changing that.
Oh my god.
But like maybe, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
saying I disbelieve it. It's just my inclination is.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I actually feel like if they leaned more heavily into these like mid-gen editions, that might be a good thing, where it's like, you know, every new generation will start with like 60 or 70 new ones, but then like later games before the next generation starts will add like another 30.
I don't really mind either way.
My head.
What do you mean Moogle? Huh?
Yeah, they've been around.
What is it?
Wow.
Well,
Now I can remember.
one, I don't remember this, and two, are they allowed to do that?
Once you
Aren't
reach
Moogles from Final
Springfield,
Fantasy?
The village will appear.
And they look the same. Like they don't look exactly the same, but they're like yellowish cat things with the big pink nose and the blue bat wings. Like
I mean,
these
I
are
see
Final
this-
Fantasy Moogles.
Is this no different from Link's Awakening having Goombas and stuff?
Seasons from
Yeah.
Is this game made by Square Enix?
spring
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the village.
For some reason, I thought it wasn't. Huh? Okay.
From spring to winter, once you reach spring again, the village will appear. Okay, that's easy.
Tour through the seasons from spring.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna say that for every one of them.
The stupid animation of picking the chest up and then shaking it and then putting it down and then it opens is like pissing me off.
I can probably turn that off. I don't know if I
Oh, you're
actually
fine.
can or not.
Going on a trip? I'm
Going on a trip, going on a trip.
the wheel for busy travelers.
Singing about pie.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I remember when Gen 6 came out and they had less Pokemon, I was like, at the time, I was disappointed because I was just like, oh, that's it? Nowadays, I don't fucking care, and, like, they'd make too many Pokemon for me to, like, I theoretically want to try to use every Pokemon at some point, but I have realized that's not happening at the pace I play the games.
Yeah.
In the mid-2010s, I used to replay the games a lot. Like, I would replay a couple Pokemon games a year in addition to whatever new one came out. Nowadays, I barely even get through the ones that come out. Like, I bought Legends Arceus, I've barely played it. I have Pokemon Pokemon Violet. I played through the main game, the DLC very slowly, and like the first DLC, and haven't started the second DLC yet. And I don't know when I'm going to do that, and there's a new Legends coming out, which I'm probably just not going to get until I'm done with my other things. So that'll put me behind on that one. Like, I still have a bunch of old playthroughs to finish that are just kind of sitting there.
I'm gonna
There's the one
pretend
that
that counted as going from spring to...
There's the one that I started almost 2 years ago, of Pokemon Black, where I asked you to get me a bunch of eggs
Oh, fuck off.
for
I
me to
was
play through the
literally
game with,
doing
and I'm
that.
like, oh, you know, I've got to start it now, so it's ready for when I come visit you. And this was the first time I visited you.
Right.
And since then I visited again, and like almost an entire year has passed again, so it's been almost 2 years. I still haven't gotten to it because I just have other shit to do. And whenever I do play Pokemon, it feels like kind of a slog, honestly. I wish I liked it more. I like the Pokemon designs, I like engaging with the world and knowing stuff about it. I have grown to kind of find the games very, like, dull, and I wish that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's just kind of inevitable. Like, I'm the same way, and I haven't replayed most of them nearly as much as you have, but it's just, you know, after a few times through, it's like, yeah, unless I'm gonna do some weird challenge run, there's not really that much.
From what I hear, I thought most Pokemon fans, like, could endlessly replay the games. Like, you know, I've played the one that I've played the most is I think Platinum, which I've played through 5 times. That's my favorite Pokemon game. I played it 5 times. And I remember back in like
I don't know when it counts.
20 fuck, when did he do it? I think it was like 2015, 2016. Chaga did his Platinum LP, and I think he said in that he had played the game like 5 or 6 times already, and that was when the game was only like you know, 7 years old. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how has he played it that many times? To me, but like the impression I got was that was normal. That like people who really like Pokemon just constantly replayed the games and you get those people that are like,
that's probably why shit like Nuzlocking is popular. It just, you know, gives you
but Nuzlocke's so
more of a reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't need like, because the thing is, I thought the novelty of Nuzlocke is like, oh, it has you use things you wouldn't normally use, but it's like, okay, well, I already make a point out of always using what I haven't used before.
The other thing is that's also like at a high enough level that's not even true, because most people will just end up gaming the system to like force the best encounters.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about modern Nuzlocks. I'm talking about I'm not talking about the ones where people meta. I'm talking about the classic, like, you know, the one, because now you said that like nowadays people like, oh, you know, they've decided that it's no longer like they don't want to have to worry about grinding and losing stuff during grinding. So they just use rare candies because, and like the logic makes sense because you said, what is it? You said that like there is always a way to guarantee that you will get experience completely risk-free if you fight stuff that's weak enough. It's just super slow, and so to basically just skip that process, they do the thing. But you know, the Nuzlocke that I knew and that I was kind of sold on, again, not sold because I still was never interested, but you know, the Nuzlocke as I came to know it originally, the whole point was you're constantly taking risks and deciding, is it worth, you know, pushing through, like, you know, like, how strong of a thing am I willing to grind against if it, you know, while managing the risk of it potentially critting and killing me. Like, I thought that was supposed to be a core part of the Nuzlocke, and I'm not interested in it, but I thought that was kind of the point. So it's like, that's the kind I'm talking about. I can't remember what point I was trying to make.
So what's the deal with this area? Like, does every map section have a fixed season to it, or do they change?
They have a fixed season, and you have to go through in a deliberate order to get to the village.
Does the place like loop endlessly?
Yeah. There we go. It's not even a complicated order, it's just go through the seasons in order.
I like the season of pink.
Yes. Was it over here? Question mark? No. Wait, did that make it go away now? Oh fuck.
I'm sorry for taking up so much of the video with random Pokemon talk. I kind of got on a roll, and
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I probably would have even had more to say on it anyway, but yeah.
Whoa, what's going on? The village is in shambles.
Anyway.
That's okay, it took up the entire time of us wandering through the forest.
Just to briefly summarize what I was trying to make, I always thought the point was to make you use new stuff. I use new stuff anyway. The tedious part to me is just that the battles are boring. Even if you're using new stuff you've never used before, you get to a point in the story where you're like, okay, I've got the optimal moveset, every fight feels the same, you know...
Pretty much.
Hello.
I just use whatever the strongest matchup thing I have is.
Water!
Power hammer! Oh. I forgot about the balloon.
I don't know why this balloon looks different than other balloons. Oh. Okay, 86 damage isn't bad. What is no
Standing here with a balloon for 5 hours sure is good.
Oh my god, please. Finally gets to attack, misses. The average D&D experience. Joke's on you, I don't care about confusion. Does gnome do more damage against you? Yes.
Oh my god.
Great. That's okay, I have magic.
Yeah, okay.
I don't need to do fucking anything. Hero of mana, my ass. That's okay, he deserved that victory because it was his village he was saving. Or their village, sorry. Because sprite pronouns. Oh, wait, a temple. No, I want the village. Are the
Gotta
people...
get that village juice.
Yeah.
Village. Orange. Okay.
Somehow I knew you were gonna say orange.
Maybe
On
I
that
got
topic, how do you guys pronounce Grocery?
I don't know. I don't know how to spell in the air.
Grocery.
Okay.
Grocery?
I know that's not spelled that way. It should be grocery, but
I
I've
also
never noticed anybody say grocery. And so what happened is I saw this poll on Tumblr asking how do you pronounce this? And 56% of the respondents said that they pronounce the C as like a sh sound, so they say grocery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? I've never heard this in my life.
grocery.
I've
Also,
never noticed. I've always said grocery, and I thought most people did.
I like the
Apparently
little
not.
spinning seed above his head.
yes.
Good.
Sounds like... Is that you, little one?
Grandpa,
Excuse me, Hades, could you speak up a bit?
It was the Empire. Their troops attacked us and undid the wind.
It is the Hades
I
voice.
was lucky to be in the palace at the time. A bright flash took out my sight. But the others...
Well, because I swear I've heard, Josh, I swear I've heard you say, like, a grocery bag.
That's because I'm doing an impression, and they said it that way.
Oh,
Interesting.
Oh, are you dying?
Grandpa, hang in there.
I guess.
listen closely, little one. We sprites are dependent on the power of mana.
Oh, the music got sad.
And then,
Everyone's
and then it got
dying.
even more confusing. Sorry, I'm just talking about random bullshit here. I need to
Oh my
stop.
god.
Bones will be released again.
Just completely different than the tone of the
If mana
game.
disappears, we sprites will vanish right along with it. You can't let that happen.
As the seed spins above his head comedically.
Yes.
Okay, I'll protect mana so that everyone can return to the village. Don't worry, I've got a couple underlings that can help.
Stop that.
A couple of hundred of them.
That's the spirit. If it weren't for my eyes,
I'm just realizing that the apostrophe in this font is, like,
offer the services of my servant.
too thin.
The
And also, something about the kerning or, like, something seems really fucked up. Like, look at the word sylphid. The Y is, like, too high up compared to where the P is.
I'm entrusted.
There's something really fucked up about this font. I'm not sure if it's just Discord doing it, but now everything looks horrible.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
As you wish.
I wasn't really paying attention to
Like,
it
the
before.
W, the lines on the W are, like, thinner than the lines on the S in Wish.
Learn what elemental magic works on each crystal.
Look at works. Why is the W so thin?
Magic
The capital letters are also like too bold.
and a path
Yeah.
to come back.
Why did you have to fucking point this out?
Oh boy.
There, you must head north.
Something, you are
No.
now breathing manually.
You need that legendary dragon's help if you want to protect the man.
Like, it's not that bad, but it is noticeable.
If I stay here in the palace,
Everyone will be back soon, Grandpa. Me included.
if you get tired, come back here to rest at any time. That's all I can do for you. Here, let's get you patched up. Shall I?
He suddenly sounds way less weak.
Take care.
Well, anyway, now that I don't have to act weak and feeble, you know, how you doing?
Take care.
Hello.
Gotta infuse the seed. Cool. Ugh, I have to use the bow for so much longer.
There was some stupid thing I saw recently that was like how to immediately tell someone's an American, and it was just a bunch of stupid shit. And one of them is like if you ask where they're from and they answer with a state, and it's like,
Yeah, no shit.
okay, well, if they didn't do that and said they were from America, then that would also be your answer. So like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird way of putting it. I think their point is they're basically just making a complaint.
Yeah,
You know.
because they specifically were like, no one in Brazil is gonna know what Delaware is. It's like, okay.
Okay then.
I mean, if you're talking to somebody internationally, then like, I don't know. It's like it
Yeah,
depends
it's
on how
just-
close you are with them, like how brief the conversation is. Like,
Yeah, there was also a big argument in the comments over whether or not it's, is it acceptable to measure distances and how long it takes to get there? Because apparently that's a
Acceptable?
strictly American thing. And people are like, it's just fucking weird, bro. It's like, well, I mean, if it takes 20 minutes to get to a place, that is
Yeah.
more relevant information to me than, physically how far away it is, because it can also
It's
depend
it's
on the density
definitely-
of traffic.
it's definitely
the
not
roads
just
that lead there.
an American thing, because people do that here. I don't know how common that is over there, but here they'll usually pair it with a mode of transport. So you'll see somebody say it's a 20-minute walk, or they'll say it's a 10-minute drive, something like that. They won't usually just
Yeah.
say it's 30 minutes away or something like that. They'll say,
Depends on the
you know.
context and like how much is needed.
I guess you don't. I guess nobody walks anywhere in America because everything's too spread out. So.
I mean, you can, and the thing is, like, in those cases, you would probably say, like, when I tried to apply at the Panda Express, I was like, yeah, it was like a 30-minute walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also am I'm suspect of the notion that the average person knows how far away something is by distance. Like even things that they're familiar with. Let's say
Yeah.
there's like, your job, right? How far away is your job? I don't think most people know the fucking like kilometer or mile distance to their place of work. They probably just know how long their commute is. Right? Like,
Yeah.
It's again, it's more
I think it would be
relevant
weird to know
information,
that.
and I don't understand why it had to
I mean,
turn
people
into some stupid like
As soon as people
literally
want an
only
excuse to
Americans.
bitch,
Like
people
yeah.
want an excuse to bitch, they'll just come up with something.
Oh my god.
It's like the thing, what was the one that I complained about this a few days ago, where it was like, a blue whale is
Yeah, they gave
X
both
number.
the
It was like it is X number of feet long, which is
This
however many
meters.
meters. This is about the
And
size
they
of
gave
3
buses.
school buses. And the comments are like, they'll literally use anything other than metric. It's like they literally did use metric though.
Try to stop me.
they listed the distance, like the length in meters. Like,
it's just a macro. They don't think about it. It's like the wholesome comments. It's just they see, like, they've learned to associate this particular comment with this situation, and they're just like, oh, got it, hit the buzzer. Like, I'm gonna say that.
Anytime anything has its like size or weight compared to something that isn't a unit of measure, even if it's in metric, people will just bust that out. Like, don't get it.
They're not thinking about it. That they've learned subconsciously, I'm guessing, that, you know, people tend to say that when that thing comes up, and they may also associate it with, you know, the comment getting a bunch of likes or whatever, and they're just like, oh, I can read this comment and I'll be the one to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're filling a quota.
Now, of course, there are the posts that, you know, will basically just be a shit post where it's just like, oh man, this weighs as much as 23 bananas. It's like, you know, at that point you're doing it just to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there are plenty of cases where giving a comparison to something that you can easily picture makes sense.
Yeah.
But no, you just can't do that. Because it's just too stupid.
Being American is dumb. I say as a person who eats maple syrup from the snow.
I think somebody asked in the stream yesterday why you don't just like put it in the freezer. Did you ever answer that?
It's not the same experience. Okay, can we stop being killed by fucking crabs here?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that around when we first met, and I was just like, this is Japes, right? This sounds like... This sounds like you're taking the piss. Like, this is something that somebody would make fun of, like, as a alleged Canadian activity because it's stereotypical.
Yeah, it does sound very, like, made up.
I mean, it definitely does, but it also isn't, which is my favorite part.
It's like, oh, what do they have up there? A lot of snow, maple syrup. Yeah.
Maybe they put them together sometimes.
It's a healthy snack. Okay. Can we stop sucking, please?
I don't mean to keep turning this into me bitching about the internet, like just, you know, being full of assholes again, but there was some other stupid thing I saw recently that was just like, X percentage of Americans think that Canadians live in igloos. And apparently, like, the thing is, I saw a comment bitching about other comments. I didn't see the other comments.
That's always the best, isn't it?
But yeah, where it's just like, stop making this a political party thing. The percentage that was given is, you know, or I think it wasn't given as it was, you know, like X million people believe this or whatever. And it's like, look, this is 5% of the population. You can't say, oh, literally all Republicans think this. Like, so yeah, apparently this had to be turned into like, oh man, this political party is so stupid.
We're just not equipped for fighting. There's no
Definitely the voice I think of a Mushroom Man having.
I'm sure King Truffle would be willing to help you.
Okay.
Matango means hello in our native Metangese.
Good to know.
The lore.
The trees of the forest are restless of late. Is this a bad omen?
Are restless of late.
I will actually go on record and say that I don't really mind when characters like have normal voices despite being like, it's just Matango backwards.
I hate that.
Not ready off yet, I hope.
I haven't.
I know a lot of people complain where they're like, ugh, why does this, like the Lalafels in FF14, they just have normal voices, like 99% of the time, they just talk like a person.
Yeah.
And I've seen people complain about that. They're like, oh, why don't they have, like, you know, silly over-the-top child voices? This is so unrealistic. I'm like, is it? I feel like they should have normal voices. This is more realistic, isn't it?
Welcome.
People are always like, oh, it's so ridiculous that Yu Yu Hase has this ridiculously deep voice in the Japanese version. It's funny, but like they really shouldn't have done it. It's like, why not?
Gotta buy some fancy overalls for my friends.
Anything else? Come again.
Why does he have like a demon statue?
Oh, you know.
You have insulted my clown statue, and so have insulted me. Get out of my
I like
home.
that I just bought, like, new fucking shit for these guys, and now I'm immediately having to buy more. Capitalism really popped off today! Okay, let me sell you my old junk.
What'll it be?
Okay.
What'll it be? What'll it be?
Ah, you're back.
Oh my god, the blinking.
Anything else? Come again.
I couldn't hear it, but I think this one has a terrible voice.
I'm sure King
Oh.
Truffle would be willing to help you.
Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's just like,
Sounds like Lazy Susan.
yeah.
Dude, speaking of Gravity Falls, I went out for
Time, huh?
a couple of drinks and food with my friend today, Charlie today, and he showed me that there's like some Gravity Falls ARG thing happening. There's like a website with like a bunch of interactable stuff,
Is in his chamber.
and there's like hidden
It's dangerous to
pages and
Oh.
like passwords you can figure out and ciphers you can do that, you know, unlock all this stuff and show you more info. And apparently it gives a bunch of context for like, you know, extra info for stuff that happened between episodes and stuff like that, and like from different characters' perspectives. Like there's one that's like a diary entry from Pacifica from after the mansion episode,
This
stuff like that.
this deep-voiced mushroom.
It's dangerous to proceed. You must get the king's permission first.
I love it. I love it so
Fantastic.
much.
It's dangerous to proceed.
Whoa! I
Oh,
saw a white dragon up in the mountains. They're supposed to be.
What's that? I wouldn't believe it.
Our ancestors were said to have ridden through the sky on flying creatures.
Did it just tell all of the voice actors here just like put on the most horrible, annoying voice you can?
A white
I mean, that was just swirly glasses right there.
Yeah, it was.
Has done a splendid job taking over.
Haha, that is only when you are sleeping and doing things in your dreams while you are asleep.
and destroyed the world. You know, in the past.
I never actually remember how that line goes.
Around here,
It's very verbose.
sometimes shapes fly through the woods.
fly.
We can't just have her say in your dreams. We've gotta, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not actually talking to the king. I'm just gonna steal his fucking loot.
Aha!
Aha!
Yeah, that belongs to me. Okay, bye. I guess I'll talk to the king.
That explains everything.
This seems like it should be a room, but it's not.
I like the disappearing ivy on the wall there.
Yes.
It's
Did you see it?
You're here at long last.
No.
No.
Nice to meet you, legendary hero. Huh? Don't play dumb. You think we don't know the legends up here?
Oh, I get it. It's a mushroom with a Mario mustache.
He rides upon the wings of a white dragon, and so shall save the world. That's you guys, right? I recognized you right away.
I like the 2 seconds of the other song before I went into this one again.
Yes.
What?
Just yesterday, one of my people saw a white dragon fighting a huge snake in the cave north of here. Sounds like the prophecy hit the nail on the head.
Okay, it's
Use the first floor.
oh swirly glasses. That's only when you sleep and think of things when you are sleeping.
Prophecy says that you find the cave first.
I thought it was much longer than that.
Yeah, me too.
Afterward. Come on, get going. Oh wait, according to legend, there's something for you heroes in the treasure chest upstairs.
Oh, yeah, I stole that already. Thanks. I want to steal.
Took your time, huh?
Okay, and
Nice.
I gotta...
Oh.
See,
Which weapon is ready?
it begins really easy to keep up with the weapon levels, just by playing the game, but it very quickly gets out of hand.
I see that Adolfo has uploaded the Mega Man Super Epic Medley.
I'm actually gonna sleep in
that sounds
game.
fun. I might want to listen to that. I like Mega Man music. I don't really
It's 38 minutes
know
long.
most of it too well, but I know like the NES ones. I don't know the stuff from the games after that too. Well, no, I feel like I think I know everything except the 7 and 8 music is what it is, and I don't know why I would know the chiptune stuff better necessarily, other than just maybe people like it more. Oh, and 11. I don't know the soundtrack for 11 that well.
I feel like simpler music is just easier to remember.
I think that's probably generally true. Yeah.
Loaf. Oh.
Blanche Floloaf.
That was some wild times.
What? Blanche Floloaf?
Yeah. However, I now have more armor than I had before, so I shouldn't be dying to crabs. We hope.
Music here is a little repetitive and shitty.
A little bit.
This game has had some very good music, and then it has had this. And it's also had... I only heard it for like fucking 20 minutes.
Wait,
I think I'd remember it.
Let's see what it sounds like. I actually don't mind that. Well, it might get, like, worse.
It's a little less oppressive, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, why is there added instruments?
Maybe they tried to spruce it up a bit.
Oh, thank God. Okay, what can I use now? I guess the whip needs the most. You are still working away on that, and... Oh, you're done. You can go with the bow now. I'm also gonna change this back to the original because... Fuck the remake. Oh, I hate this cave. Oh, I hate this cave.
I like this slowly flying thing.
Just raising its arms up into the air for no reason.
Oh my. That worked. Fuck you, bird. I don't care about you. Nemesis owl.
Nemesis.
What the fuck? Oh hey, using the whip is a good thing here, actually.
No, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes.
No. I made it. Do-do-do, do-do-do.
I like the very stilted animation of crossing gaps.
I see no problems with it. Oh, there's just a death over there. One skeleton attempting to tell a story. Oh no, there's 3 directions to go.
God. So I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since I've played it, but you know, with Isle of the Winds, I liked this song, and I think I remember this being in the forest in that game. it's very weird hearing this as cave music.
That's fair.
Because it sounds like a forest song.
Stop spawning Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, it's Harry the Hedgehog from level 3-7 from Yoshi's Island. What, you don't know Harry the Hedgehog?
No. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know if it was created specifically as like a Sonic parody or something, because it isn't one. It's just, in that level, there's a blue hedgehog that shows up that just kind of like scurries back and forth, and when you get close to it, it gets big.
Oh. I found chocolate.
But I remember my weird unofficial strategy guide being like, a blue hedgehog in a video game, what'll they think of next?
It's amazing.
Autumn, were you the one who showed me the, like, unnecessary dig at Sonic from the Mario RPG strategy guide?
No. You told me about that. No, hang on. I know what it was. It was in it was in the Cybershell video, I think.
Yeah, what was it? It's just like, you know, if Todovsky doesn't have a breakthrough soon, he's gonna get stuck composing music for a game about a hedgehog. Egads.
Egads.
I don't think it actually said egads, but
It should have.
In case the princess herself gets bopped.
Yes. I like the thing from the Mario 64 guide that was like, this log is not, what the hell was it? This log is not better than bad. In fact, it's much worse. Fucking weird-ass Ren and Stimpy reference.
incredibly long animation, entirely necessary.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Gave me time to drink my water, so I'm not complaining.
Your Wawa?
My Wawa.
Wow,
I hate that I just did that.
You can never take it back.
Undo. I wish it unsaid.
You can't undo who you are.
I read a book, and the main character, like, had a child with her wife. No, she's the wife. She had a child with her husband. Sorry, I have a D&D character who has a wife, so I've been saying, like, my wife a lot.
My wife.
My wife. Anyway. So they, like, have a baby, and they name it. And then he, like, cheats on her after abusing her, and then has a baby with, like, this other girl, and then names his baby with her the same thing that she named their baby, and then, like, since he was, like, a king, he named, like, the bastard child the heir, and she's just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the fuck? It was an entire thing.
Egads.
Egads.
Sounds.
Okay.
You know, beyond that, there's also just, you know, naming multiple of your children the same thing anyway, even if it's with the same person.
Yeah, right? Okay. Well, and then in, like, book 2, he, like, takes, like, the other child back to his, like, land. So, like, I guess he just has both of them.
Two ladies who rest.
And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Where the fuck am I going? It said that a rock fell somewhere, and I'm not sure to where the rock fell. Because I wasn't overly paying... I wasn't really paying attention because I was talking about the stupid book.
It turns out that this whole time the book was a quarter for the bus.
Am I
That should be a lovely fellow
not-
evolution method. Name 2 of your children the same name.
Be like King Urian of Gore.
Like the part where everything just froze for 2 seconds.
Yes. I feel like I'm going the wrong way, but I don't know where else to go, so I'm just going backwards, and then when I'm back at the beginning, then it will be like a fresh start. That's how this works, right? Oh, I reached the beginning. Oh no, a caterpillar. It awaited me.
You beheld its glory.
Now, do I have to go and make the fucking crystal happen again? I hope not. Oh!
Hmm?
Good shit. Okay. There was no other way I could have gone in that room.
There was like one little section, but it might have been a dead end.
There's nowhere over here.
Well, obviously you have to just, you know, walk through a wall at some point.
That might be it.
If this was BA2, that's what it would be.
I feel like... Oh, well, it's not here.
Can you break the speleothems?
Likely.
I don't know why you would need to, but they're there. It gave me an excuse to say speleothems.
Of course.
It did not do anything of note. And I can't actually
Speaking
get
of which,
here.
Invention Pioneers of Note would be a good source of random quotes.
Oh, of course. In fact, actually, I don't think I have it written down, so I should write that down. Now that I think about it. The problem is it's near the bottom of the list, so now it's going to take me a while to get to that because there's lots of stuff ahead of it.
That's fine.
Like, just earlier today, I was rewatching, listening to the, like, Banjo-Tooie Multi-World Rando VOD, and, I referenced the fucking, like, printing all these NFTs on me Game Boy printer, looks pretty fungible to me! thing, so, gotta get that.
Yes.
And it really is the, like, single...
I seem to have
you
made
know,
progress.
single reference short videos that are gonna take up all the time because I spent like
Wait, is
maybe
this progress?
half an hour to an hour.
This is not progress!
Grabbing
Oh my
the
God.
stuff from how to sell video games to things that aren't men, but that was one video with many quotes.
What's the name of this area?
I don't know.
Okay. I was gonna try to look up a map.
This is just the same place I was just in. Great. Everything looks the damn same. Wait.
Unfortunately, the cave is not gray.
Maybe down here? What's down here?
Well, brown caves are almost as good as gray caves.
Sing about those brown caves.
Hey, look, I found it. It's a boss battle. It's a snake! Ah, it's a snake! Ah, it's a snake!
Yeah, they did mention a snake fighting a dragon earlier.
Oh no, I'm small.
Analyzer.
Is this a,
Okay,
does
how...
this qualify as a Tsuchinoko? It seems a little bit wider at one point, but it might just be weirdly animated.
Your weakness is Sylphid. Okay. Well, first, I would like to not be small.
Healing power of Undy. Remedy.
I would also like to not be dying.
Water.
And then you can hit that snake with a... No, you can't.
You can hit that snake.
you can hit that snake with a motherfucking thunderbolt. Pikachu,
Sorry, I
use
need-
thunderbolt.
No. I need to read this thread title here, because I don't know what the fuck any of this means. Today I learned that notoriously emasculated husband John Bobbitt later also lost all his toes in a contaminated water scandal.
Don't like that it's
What
in
the
the
fuck do you mean?
trees.
Move away, stupid!
Now I just remembered Greta Bazinga.
Oh.
Healing power of Undine!
I'm glad you can still use your
Remedy.
healing power. Okay, can we be done here? Yes, thanks. Oh, now we have to wait for 5 minutes to. Oh, they
Yeah.
didn't fuse.
Huh.
They forgot.
They did. How unlike them.
Brown.
Brown, brown cave. My Flammy!
Nice.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say, what is this? Why does this stupid dragon thing have anime protagonist hair? What the fuck is this?
Oh, no. Its parents must not have survived that monster from earlier.
Why does it have anime protagonist hair?
It won't make it on its own.
No, why does it have anime boy hair?
But it's too big for us.
I
to
can't
carry
take this
around.
scene seriously.
Just a baby.
This is not. No.
It's really good.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
He'll only slow you down.
No, am I crazy? Like, this is weird, right?
No, it is weird. I'm not as
Is this not
hung up on it
insane?
as you are, but it's really fucking weird.
King Truffle! Shh, shh, shh. I've made up my mind. I've got stuff to do, right? Leave the rest to me. Sorry for taking up your time. Stop by if you get the chance and say hi to the little fella. By the way, how do you like the name Flammy?
Ew!
It's little. We'll call him Flammy.
Now he gets voice acted for some reason. Also, I don't know what happens if you say no because I've never
Travel is
said
open
no.
again south of the forest. Visit the Fire Palace in the Kakara Desert. If you're on the search for palaces, that's the closest one. Good luck.
Like, this is some shit I would do for a lovely fellow as a joke. It's just like, what if I just made some, like, fantasy creature
Wait,
that
wait,
just
wait,
has
wait,
anime
wait.
fucking anime boy hair.
He squeaks.
Which, by the way,
Wait, he
is very
squeaks.
similar to Randy's as well.
Yeah.
Like, I would understand it a bit more if it was like, you know, just some guy that just happened to be a dragon, but it seems like it's like an animal. It's like animalistic, right? If it was like
Yeah.
sapient and talked and, you know, had the personality to kind of justify it, then I might be a bit more understand. Why does this animal have anime boy hair? What are you talking about?
Well, on that note, we're gonna call it good here because we're at 58 minutes and there's not enough time to start more things, and Autumn needs time to cool down from the anime boy hair dragon.
No, I will never get over this. You cannot. Listen, it's. I can't.
Listen,
I can't go
Linda.
on this. I can't just accept this and move on. Like,
Well,
this is unconscionable.
oh, I need to go to the inn and save and get my mana back.
Well, unconscionable.
MP. My MP for my fireballs. I don't have
Like,
Oh,
access
there you
to
go.
it.
I saw it a good, like, 30 seconds before Josh pointed it out, but I was willing to suspend my disbelief and be a little and be like, nah, surely the game will make it make sense. There'll be, like, a reason for it somehow that like, this is some guy that got turned into a dragon and he just kept his hair or something, like, okay. But no, it's just a fucking wild animal. A goddamn wild animal that,
I want to. I'm sorry. I need to read this from a fandom wiki. According to a transcript of developer interviews circa 1993, Flammy was inspired in part by the character of Falcor, a dragon with canine features, in the film The Neverending Story. It doesn't explain the hair.
No, it doesn't. Did he have the hair in the SNES version?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Dogs don't have anime boy hair either.
We have to
I'm
be
so
done
confused.
This is fun.
here. Next time.
Please help me.
Next time, less sadness.